sign kind of subtly so Negan wouldn't notice. They had the Sunday dinner table with Glenn holding
that scene. Actually, my phone rang on that scene.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That almost made me cry.
You didn't turn
like,
your phone off for Walking Dead.
Oh God, no! Because friends, I had friends that needed me.
I tell you what, I got home on Sunday night, and I turned on the TV, and I was getting the stream ready, and I don't know why I did it. I just happened to look at my phone, and my good friend Ryan Pippin posted something on Facebook. Oh, I was just with Ryan at the haunted house. So what did he say? And he goes, "No, I was right." And that's all he said. He said, "I was right." And the fact that we had just talked about it 2 hours ago that he thought it was Abraham, I was just like, "Shh."
Why did you look at Facebook at him? You know the rules.
So in watching it, and I know everybody thought the same thing. Did I get the beginning? Wait, did I start it late? What's going on?
My first message, same thing. I get home, actually, and I don't remember where I was, but I got home at 8:02, turned the TV on. Didn't even sit down, I'm just sitting there with the TV on. And I was confused, because by that time, Rick was in the trailer with Negan. So I got on Facebook. All right, I was 2 minutes late. What happened? And everybody was like, keep watching. So now I'm angry at all my friends.
No, but they did it a really, really, really good way, too.
So original.
Because, he's sitting on top of the RV in total shock still, and now he's surrounded by these fog zombies, and he's going through in his head what Negan's saying. It's not over.
Right.
Oh,
and in his mind, he's thinking, he's going through everybody's deaths in their mind. Yeah. That's why they filmed everybody's deaths.
Yeah. Which is so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And did you notice that there were 2 deaths that were not nearly as gruesome as everybody else's? Did you see that?
Carl's death?
Carl's and Michonne.
Yeah, that's right.
Carl's and Michonne. You actually almost don't even see the bat come close to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just get the idea, the perception. I'm like, there's a whole other signal right there.
But what I was going to say is going into it knowing, thanks to Mr. Pippin, thank you, Ryan, that Abraham got it, I was off. I watched it on my bed. I fell off my bed whenever he goes, and here we go again. Boom! And I'm like, no! Even though I knew it was going to happen, I was just like, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just didn't mean to blow out your speakers or your microphone.
Yeah, there. God, Adam, we're sharing a mic.
The whole emotionally wrenching breaking of Rick.
Oh God!
I mean, I was just literally worn out by the time the whole episode was.
I was going to try and not go into that, but I'll go into it. If you watch The Talking Dead, they explained that it wasn't that they were trying to break Rick; they were trying to break and prepare the audience. And I gotta say, as good as they did, I mean, as an actual audience person, they messed up my world. I don't think they did enough. I don't think the audience is prepared for what they're getting ready to get thrown at them. I really don't.
They said this whole season is going to be like that.
I think that the audience has no clue what they're getting ready to experience. I really believe that.
Okay, did anybody notice that the axe was on top of the RV, or was that just me?
He threw it. He threw it up there.
Okay.
If you notice, he threw it up.
Actually, and it was not the best of shot, but at that point, you don't care.
Right. Okay. What I didn't get is
up there to begin with.
As he's with the machine gun and Rick's running.
Yeah.
I don't see him ever grab the axe.
Right.
But the axe ended up on the ground.
Yeah.
That part, I was like, whoa, continuity? What?
Yeah.
Maybe he did. I'll have to watch it again. But I do want to point out, and I'll stop talking, but, Brandon had the first half of the show, so I can...
Now that we're on Walking Dead, I'm a star.
Yes.
He showed up early, he brought the donuts, he gets to the first half of the show.
Yes, Rick is broken. I mean, completely broken. You take a guy who has spent this entire show being the leader, and now he's Negan's bitch. But Daryl. Oh my God. Daryl, what's going to go through he's broken. The guy would, I wouldn't doubt if he goes to be a monk after this and never raises his hand again because he caused the death of Glenn. It's okay, Daryl.
Did you notice Chris didn't touch on that?
Oh,
I was amazed that Chris didn't even.
I still haven't watched the
I was amazed that Chris didn't touch that. It kind of threw me because even after Jeffrey mentioned it, made a joke about it. Although him and Lauren hugged it out, there was an opening right there for Chris to say something, for someone to ask Lauren what Maggie's thinking. I have a feeling. I don't know if they're going to... If they don't touch on it, it's going to bug me a little. Because Daryl got Glenn killed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was very blatant.
Maggie, it's going to affect Maggie, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So if they don't touch on that at any point in time, then that'll be one of the big times that The Walking Dead has dropped the ball. That was huge.
Well, I think Maggie had every intention of going and letting a walker get her at the end of the episode. She said, I need to walk. I need to go.
Yeah,
I'm taking the body and I'm
was
leaving.
ready to die.
She was ready. Glenn's last words, I'll find you. And the only way for him to find her is if she's dead. Mm-hmm. And so I think she's got a death wish.
It's too bad that he was beaten to death, because it would have been horribly depressing if you showed up as a walker and found her and ate her.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
please.
It's why I'm not allowed to talk about the show or write
He'd
things.
find her.
Yeah, thank you.
He just got a whole different vibe. He's like, I'll find you.
Wow.
That's what happens in her fanfiction.
I don't even know where that came from.
The mind of Alexis.
So,
I'm sorry that
and I'll go back to my original question, and I'd like to get a couple opinions. Are the fans prepared for what they're getting ready to get?
No.
Does this show get them ready?
It's the same as Game of Thrones. No, the fans are never prepared, but that's why it's a good show. And I'm sorry, the cliffhanger worked. It got the entire world to talk about it all year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cliffhanger?
There was no letdown of Walking Dead all year.
And then my other thing is, and I made a point of this, and it's funny because my opinion changed. And I started the show thinking the same thing. Remember when they introduced Jeffrey as Negan, and I think, Brandon, you might remember this, I'm pretty sure, because I've talked to you about it, it was like, they picked like the worst guy to be Negan. Because you're supposed to hate Negan.
Oh, you love to hate him.
No, you need, I feel like this particular bad guy, you need to literally wish he was dead. Well, I remember saying that. And I remember feeling that. And I remember in the middle of this episode going, someone please shoot this son of a bitch. And I love Jeffrey, but wow. I have no problem with them whacking him.
Oh, he's perfect. He is
I
perfect.
think he's a perfect Negan.
He said
he's
to
an
get into
amazing
character, he was a big fan of the comics, and he already knew.
Oh, he's a huge fan of the show.
Whenever his agent said, hey,
I saw that
Walking
one.
Dead is talking to you about wanting you to be a character.
Is it Negan?
And he's like, which character? And they're like, well, we don't know. He goes, is it Negan? And they're like, we don't know. Says, because if it's Negan, I'm effing doing it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I would do
but
it.
he said he reread the comics. He looked at the illustrations and he goes, I know how to do it. And he smiled. And that's what it was. You were saying, how could somebody bash a skull in to complete mush? He is enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's sadistic. And he just loves that control. And the way he smiles, the way he rocks back and forth. Jeffrey does great Negan.
He does a good psychopath.
Just proof that you can go into that mindset.
Good psychopath, terrible father.
And not go crazy. You can go into that mindset and not go crazy and still be like the perfect.
Actually, have we proven that Jeffrey ain't crazy?
I think he is.
if you look at comedian and you look at Negan and then you look at the dad from Supernatural, are we sure that Jeffrey's not crazy?
Hey, John Winchester wasn't crazy. He just made some questionable life choices.
He tried to protect his boys as best he could. He gave him the car. I mean,
I gave you the car.
Justin and Paula, I mean, if he was a good daddy, he gave him a Camaro.
I don't know. You can't
Don't
put a dead
diss-
body in the trunk.
Don't diss the Paula.
Yeah, 1967. There was a whole episode about how it was the most important car in
Actually,
the world.
that's-
There was that meme too, where he's sitting on the car. Dean, what's his actor's name?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. Sitting on the car with the bat, and it said, "Son, I let you have the car, but I'm going to need the bat back." Oh gosh.
So,
but spoiler wise, and I seriously will stop talking. But
Are you sure?
did you see? They took a screenshot inside the Winchester home where Jeffrey, their dad, he's got the bat and it's like a baseball card almost thing, you know. And it's
I saw that one.
They prepared us long ago for this.
I love Walking Dead fans are as passionate as any other. I don't think they're ready for what they're getting ready to experience. I really don't.
I'm
looking
excited.
forward to being just emotionally exhausted every Sunday night after I watch this.
I actually had to.
I feel like it might suck for you guys because it's not quite the same as Supernatural, where when somebody dies, we're just like, They're dead. Give them 5 minutes. It'll be
They'll be
fine.
back. I mean, they brought back the mother after 33 years. Okay,
They did.
but I actually had to
And now I'm
counsel
like spoiling her.
several friends. They were broken up. People that are the same age as Glenn were really torn up.
Really?
Because, I mean, believe it or not, Glenn is. I mean, that only leaves Carol and Rick and Carl. Am I right?
And Daryl.
Oh, from the original?
And
From the
Daryl.
original.
Daryl.
I don't really count Daryl
Carol.
because they're preparing us to kill
Rick.
Daryl real quick.
Who's
Not
that?
real quick, but they prepared us for Glenn by trying to kill him 3 times.
Well, probably more than that, but yeah.
They're preparing you guys for Daryl, and I say within the next 2 years, Daryl is done.
You know, a lot of people are like, if Daryl dies,
Yeah.
we stop watching.
Is 2
Kirkman-
years not long enough?
Actually, they took 2 years for Glenn, didn't it?
Yeah.
It took 2 years. So 2 or 3 years of prepping the fans for Daryl's death could change their mind. I knew Glenn was going to die in this season premiere. I was not shocked by him actually dying. I was shocked by him dying after Abraham.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Glenn. There's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of good episode. And then it was Abraham. And okay, so I was wrong, but it's a good show. Oh my God! How many people got on the line? I distinctly going, am I seeing this? I'm a non-comic book reader. So the whole Carl thing, I got on the internet quick as I could. What am I watching? Is this actually happening? And that actually did drag out long enough for me to have a full discussion before that scene ended.
Really?
Yes.
The whole Abraham on top of the mountain gonna kill his son, and you know, Rick chopping his arm
Yes.
off.
Yeah,
So at which point, I kind of saw it as soon as he started counting. I'm like, he's gonna stop him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna stop
I
him.
knew.
But yet, part of me was just like,
At that point, no, I didn't.
Part of me was like, no. I mean, they could do it. I mean, he even looks over at his dad and goes, "Just do it, Dad."
Yeah.
That's when I was
Just-
worried.
just
That's
do
actually
it.
when I was worried.
And I know there's some of our community, our little friends, they don't like Carl, the character at all, but I like the kid. I like the kid a lot, and our little
They love the actor.
and our
I want more.
Oh yeah.
I want.
But once again, I'm watching
I was
this.
gonna say everybody talks about the pudding.
I'm watching this as a father too, and I'm just like,
3 or
put myself in that situation. Could I do it? Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I could, because it's not killing the boy.
It's
It's just taking his arm off to save everybody else's life. And
The
even
kid-
Carl got that.
The kid had a great the beginning of a career at the prison. When they first got to Alexandria, the kid actor himself started to come into his own.
Oh, yeah.
I have a strange feeling they're either gonna train this kid to be an amazing actor, we're gonna get a lot of greatness from him, or we're gonna see him in the background.
I love his hair.
It's pretty glorious.
Says the ball guy. Let's move
Else
on.
watch The Talking Dead, and they had the in memoriam for Glenn in some of his earlier shows.
Yes.
Oh my God, he was a baby.
Actually, did you notice how the crowd went crazy when they showed his first actual lines on the show?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
dumbass. That's what he should have said as his last line, I'll be honest with you.
I gotta say, I haven't seen the episode. My ex-wife ruined it for me. I'm at work and she calls me and tells me who died, and I'm.
Does she hate you?
No,
I think so.
But like your friend, she needed emotional support at the time, and I'm the only one that she could call at that time. And I didn't know what was going on. And
Like, I'm going to divorce you again.
Now we're like super divorced.
now I'm here talking about it all, and I'm like, I
going
want
through
to
the emotions
watch it,
again.
but what's the point now?
Oh, you
Actually,
haven't
you
seen it at
have
all?
to see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's really worth it.
It's an emotion thing. It's not just knowing what happens.
Well, the whole series
It's
is
like
emotional.
it's like kind of this feeling of just
Wow.
total helplessness.
Yes.
And it's really nice to like
The
feel
show
this way.
itself, from a cinematographic standpoint, was amazing.
Yeah.
It was different. Not completely different, but it's not a style I would have used. The flip flops and some of the shots, and like you said, using everybody's deaths, which again, brilliant, all of it brilliant. It has to be watched. I would not, although I don't really consider it as part of the season. Like to me, the season starts tomorrow.
Right.
You know,
And it's weird because we get to introduce to one of the characters that I'm getting ready to cosplay.
Yeah.
King Ezekiel. Although no one wants me to get a tiger, I'm kind of disappointed about that.
I heard the tiger was in.
No, I said no one wants me to get a tiger.
Oh.
I'm excited for
I thought there
Ezekiel.
was a tiger.
Oh, yeah, there
Can't
is.
afford the insurance on that. Man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm excited.